Good morning. Today is March 9th, and we are doing some kindness today from 365 Days of Kindness. This is such a good devotional. It really is. And it's Saturday. It's so good. And I had almost all my animals sleeping with me last night. I was missing Shadow, and that's the thing. I really want them all, to sleep with me. It's such a blessing. As an animal, such a blessing. I just love animals. And today I volunteer at the Humane Society. I do that every Saturday morning, usually. So today is called Looking Good, but it's about being kind, and we have to be kind. I'm going to have a challenge at the end of this video, so please watch it to the end because I want you to do this challenge, okay? It says, suppose someone comes into your meeting dressed in fancy clothes and expensive jewelry, and another comes in who is poor and dressed in dirty clothes. If you give special attention and a good seat to the rich person, but you say to the poor one, you can stand over there or else sit on the floor, well, doesn't this discrimination show that your judgments are guided by evil motives? That's James 2:2-4. We know we aren't supposed to judge a book by its cover. And society has come a long way to define beauty as being more than just physical finesse. For some reason, however, we still struggle with the idea of what success looks like, as we still largely think that it looks like someone in a fancy outfit. It's not wrong to dress appropriately or even really nicely for an occasion, but spend some time thinking about how often you will judge others by what they wear. Equally, you know what it is like to feel as if you don't look very good. Make an effort today to notice someone who might not be feeling great about their looks and give them some encouragement. Act of kindness. Here you go. Compliment someone on something they are wearing. You know clearly that social media can be very horrible. It can be just downright nasty, right? Okay. And I mean, I experienced that because of my past, and because my past was publicized, and people were very evil to me, like straight up evil for no reason, just because what they seen on TV. And the thing is why do you gotta be evil? Why do you have to judge somebody on what you see for 5 seconds? Because that's probably not who they are, right? But as a human, that's what we do. We don't have God in us when we're judging, right? We're just like, oh, look at that. Look what they did. Come on now. Really? Really? Get that judgment out of you. For real. Like, you cannot sit there and judge people because what's in your own eye? Look at what you did. Are people judging you? You know what I'm saying? And I know, honey, I know. I get so like, rawr. But we have to be kind to others. We have to love one another. And if somebody, great example. Here's the best example ever. I used to go to church with my boobs out, right? I used to wear very low-cut shirts and everything like that, and I thought I was being modest. I was not being modest. But they didn't sit there and say, oh, you can't come to church like that. They didn't do that. One of my great friends, Wendy, I love you if you're watching this, she would show me these little outfits, like how, you know what I mean? Like how she dressed. And it was very like funky, but yet professional, where I'm covered. And so a lot of the way I dress now is because of Wendy, because I just love her so much. But I had to be shown that because I would always dress very provocatively. But they didn't judge me. They didn't sit there and judge me. It was like maybe little subtle hints, or like, I'm like, oh, that outfit's cute. Oh, she's like, oh, I did this and this and this and everything. And you know what I mean? But they didn't sit there and look at me down, and they didn't judge me for what I was wearing to church. They didn't do that, and that's called love. That's people who love you, want to correct you, but love you. And so today, when you're going around today and stuff like that, and you see somebody that's a little rough or whatever, why don't you go up to them and say, you know what? You look great. You look great. I want you to have a blessed day. Because we need more of that in the world. We do. And, or if you're just sitting, scrolling, right? And you're sitting there scrolling, why don't you say, you look great? Or why don't you say, oh, this is a great post? Or just be kind today. Be kind to others because we don't need the negativity. We don't. We do not need to be negative. We don't need to be negative towards others. We just don't need it. You know, and that's how I live my life now. That's how I live my life. And yes, stuff hurts us. Someone hurt me yesterday. Okay, very badly. Stuff hurts us, right? But we got to give that over to God because God knows their motives, knows their hearts, knows all their stuff. You know what I mean? And we can't sit back and be like, okay, this is going to ruin my day. It ruined it for about 5 minutes, right? It wasn't even a ruin. It was just tears, tons of tears. But it was like a 5-minute, okay, Jesus. Like, and I brought it right to Jesus. I brought it right to Jesus. I was like, oh, wow. And bring it right to Jesus, you know. And then you don't come back like, because I wanted to come back with so much more. And literally the text message was like this long and it was not cool. And I was like, Jesus like, don't do it. That's what Jesus said. He's like, don't do it. I was like, erase. And literally, this is what was happening. Like, I was like, no, God, don't do it, because that was like a negative. It was negative. It was me coming back with my human attitude, and it was so negative. And I was like, okay, don't say that, you know. I think the Holy Spirit came at me, and I said what I was supposed to say. But yeah, we want to come back with negative all the time. But the Holy Spirit leads you in that, you know. It is Saturday. Enjoy the day. Hopefully you have the weekend off. I love you. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Okay, scoochie, scoochie. Come on, camera.